Yeah, recording has started. Okay.
Perfect. Okay, internally in our progress control, we are doing release one. Okay, we have progress. The Let me remove this filter. Okay, the section of the checklist we already have done. We are working on a wizard to allow end user to create in an easy way with different options, new checklist. We are completing some process like cancel, add items, or make the structure itself of the control guide. We complete all the configuration settings. We are waiting for definition of a refactor that we want to do in audit targets. I am doing the progressing in the analysis of qualification module or feature, okay, on that. I have a good progress in order to start working on this. Then, regarding control records and audits, we have good progress. We need to complete this quick load that will be used on the mobile side, and the additional functions that we call for scheduling, rescheduling, and put labor time, and the loading of results that are related to an audit through the checklist and auditor checklist and all that. Okay. Well, regarding settings, configuration about control record and audits, we're almost 100% complete. Findings, we have this entity, now it's broken because the change I told you about, we are in the middle with a refactor of safety events, but this is complete. We need just to merge some fixing there. And action is pretty complete also, the entity actions. We have this audit templates already done, the entity. Then we need to integrate this entity with the audit program and the audit entity in order to create audit templates. And we are working in the middle of the audit program. We are now working on this entity. One of the next step will do the simulation and the scheduling using this scheduler and rescheduling all the audits associated to the audit program. This is just more or less the idea. Regarding standard regulation, we have complete this requirement also. And then we are working, we have not finished yet, but we are working on the safety events that we call occurrence in this product. We didn't call safety event any longer because as this product can work for quality and safety, we think it's properly to call occurrence. And this is the refactor that had some breaking points at this moment.
Okay.
And the other entities in release one, we need to move forward. So in the remaining tasks for the release one. Maybe if there is an opportunity, we can review which task we can delay or move to release one from other releases. Maybe there are some easy entities that we can develop or include in release one as an opportunity, like hazards or a thing like that. Okay, that
Yeah.
maybe we can include in here, and maybe some of entities from release 1 we can move to release 2,
Yeah.
depending what we need.
Yeah. Exactly.
I had some identification for release 2 that I know that we have to migrate as it is in E authority. Maybe we don't need to make too many changes. So I have identified here. So maybe this kind of entities we can, if we have the chance, and there's nothing that is delaying release 1, we can move this to completing release 1. I have to check
Okay. Yeah.
further and deeper with Fernando in order to check if we have some available developer to do that. Okay, but
Yeah.
the
Very
idea
good.
is coming to the release number 2.
Okay.
And the training, as you know, this will on to release 2, but we had completed with the human resource module. So
Excellent.
this is all complete. Okay, so
Very good.
let's go to take a look how the application looks like. Okay,
Very good.
this is the login page. Okay, I will access as admin here. Um, this can take a little longer because my internet maybe is the presentation is
Yeah.
became some resources. Check if
Just a
the
quick
VPN
question.
is working.
I'm just comparing it to other apps, for example. Is it slower on the first login of the day and then quicker thereafter? Or is it the same amount of time each time? I know it's probably an internet
No, it
connection, but
depends. Yeah,
mm,
no, what you're talking about is sometimes in these demos,
mm,
the first day, the first user that log in is
yeah,
initializing it's like it's waking up the server in the APA
yeah,
side, in the server
yeah.
side. That has a name that I didn't remember now, but
There's some cache
in a
cache
production,
retrieval.
in a yeah, in a production
Yeah,
environment that is solved for some mechanism in the backend that
yeah,
is keeping waking up
yeah.
the APA. So
Mm.
I don't know
I
now
know. I know the
what
mobile
problem I have.
mobile. Yeah, the mobile maintenance app actually on the first login of the day, it's quite slow, but then after that, it's quick for the
Well,
rest of the
now
day.
I am
Yeah.
having an internet problem here because I
Ah,
have this 500. Uh, let me check again. Yeah, but this actually is in a regular environment is quick. No, no, it's not.
okay.
Rudy, check your VPN connection, maybe. No,
No, no, I
it's
have
it's working.
the VPN connection very well. Let me try again this one. I want to check what is. Should work quickly. Yeah, this is the the time that should take. Okay, that's the speed, the regular speed. I had some
Okay.
problem there in my internet connection.
Yeah.
So this is supposed that we have a kind of dashboard here. Okay, we don't have that configured yet. But the idea is that if I have a dashboard configure, I can see here, okay, in the home page. Well, this is similar to other apps that we have. You can search here for some navigation menus, okay? Um, So this is like a shortcut of what we have configured here in navigation section. So someone maybe don't know where some features are deeper in the navigation system. Suppose like staff, okay, personal, suppose. So if I didn't know where to locate that information, maybe I can try to using some keywords find this information in here. Okay, this is the same shortcut to access from navigation system.
Yeah, it's a quick search for
Yeah.
functionalities, because so I was showing this to somebody a few days ago and they thought it was a quick search for data records. It's not, it's
Exactly.
for functionalities. Yeah.
This menu here is application menus because we can have different application here. This is just a sample. No one's if this application actually works, only Drive. But the idea is that I think account also works. I'm not sure. No, account is no, it's not in working. But Drive is working. We can see Drive here. Drive is a specific application that uh, you can use to get access to several queries, dashboards, and reports that you want to access to. Okay, maybe I don't know in human resource here if we have something, but you can see there is a tree, and you can access to some queries and execute some queries. Like I don't know, um, suppose personal. Um, I can execute a view. Okay, or I can design that query and change things into the query if I had permission. Okay. Well, I don't
Yeah,
know.
and
That's
what we do in e-authority as well within the Drive section, or at least in our
it's
commercial
the
environment,
same.
is
It's the
we
same.
create
It's the same.
we create our own our own unique folders as well, and put in the queries or the reports that we like to show during a demo, so they're quick and easy to find.
Exactly. So maybe you have here some queries and reports. Okay. And you can create here some folders and can create new dashboards and things like that. Okay. So I'm looking for some users Gnosis components. You can see some folders, some queries, some reports, maybe some dashboard. Um, you can see here a report, for instance, and you can execute this report. And I don't know if it is running or not now. Here, submit. You can see the execution of a report. Okay, so this is just a sample how it's work. As you can imagine, the different reports that we define in this product, QMS product, can be accessible from this tool and can be accessible from other part of the system also, according the requirements the entity needs. Okay, maybe you have a
Yeah.
specific report that you can run from a specific form can be accessible also from that place. But this is a common and regular place that you can get access to all the information. Okay, this is
Yeah.
the idea behind this application. Well, idea in here is that in the future we can configure different micro applications that can be related to this QMS product. Maybe we can define a subset of application or integrate with external application that when we click on here, we want to open that application, or applications that are integrated through a single sign-on mechanism. We want to access from here, okay?
Yeah.
Or change things like modules that we can use as a micro application in here,
Yeah.
okay?
So we would have
So,
like our Bonita for business process management and Alfresco maybe a set
yeah,
of M files
yeah,
for
think like
document
that.
management system. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or a micro application that belong to this product also. Okay,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
Drive, thing like that.
True. Yeah.
Well, in here
Exactly.
you can see the idea of this is to see notifications. It's like a notification panel. Sorry, I click in the wrong place. Um, so the idea is try to use this panel to show to the end user its own notifications that he can follow up,
Yeah.
doing some action or thing like that. And in here you have the user information menu. Okay, you can change the password. Um, you can change your avatar here, selecting maybe some picture and and all this. You can change the mode if you want and use a dark mode or you want a light mode. In my preference, you can change the initial dashboard that you want to see when you log in the home page, your preferred language, English, Spanish, whatever you define, a time zone, a convenient time zone to work, and of course the dark mode or uh, this is typical in the entities like this that you can have a toolbar here and you have this kind of access to attach a document. Here, like Alfresco, you can attach some document, you can download, you can upload document. Remember, this all go to the DMS repository, okay, associated with the product. So you can select a file and upload these files and I don't know, thing like that. And it's all available into the product, okay? Um, I don't know if it is working behind that, but okay, yes. Okay, you have put this, for example. And here you can add comment. This I show you that because you can see in every entity or every page we can define a work for main entities into the system. We can have access to the same typical functionalities: attach files, attach comments,
Yeah.
see some audit information like comments,
Yeah.
comment on this entity. I don't know, something like that. Okay,
And the
I think
comments
that
are the comments configured like notes in Alchem.
this is like it's the same. It's the
Same.
same.
Yeah.
It's the notes that you configure in Alchem. It's
Yeah.
the same concept
Mm.
because I don't know. You want to put some comment that or some relevant comments. Okay.
Yeah.
So you can
Okay.
see there's show some audit information on who create the record, who was and when the last modification of this record, thing like that. Okay,
Hmm.
these are, and then well in this toolbar you can do some change, undo, refresh, and edit and whatever. Okay, this is typical. In my profile for the user, you can see um, things like condensed information about the user, first name, middle name, last name, avatar, session information like your last login, uh, security information, integrations with products like BPM, if it is enabled or not, whatever. Okay, this is more or less the functionalities that you can access from this menu here. Okay,
Yeah.
then you have favorite action section, how favorite action works. If you are using suppose that you belong to a specific department or a section in your company and you used to work for example with inspections all the time, and you want to access always to create new inspection or control records, you can put here these actions like your favorite actions. Okay, so when you put like your favorite actions, automatically in here you can see these favorite actions. So every time you go back to the application, you have a set of favorite actions with your uh, favorite entities. Okay, so you can add or remove
Yeah.
here your favorite actions. Well, in dashboard, this is actually it's not working because I put as an example here this quality management system dashboard and quality management system workspace. But you know, a dashboard is a dashboard, typical dashboard that we can create with charts, queries, whatever, and we can define too many dashboards as we want. And we
Yeah.
can set the navigation menu in order to put all the dashboard that we want to see here. But also we can access to the dashboard from the Drive application that we showed before. Um, from the workspace perspective, the workspace is another tool that I will show you an example. I have an example here in the, the user management, I think here, user management workspace. We show you as an example. This is a workspace. Workspace is similar. It's not the same, but it's similar to the dashboard. Uh, but the workspace is like has two specific sections, like context filters, like this one, in which you can filter. This context filter will affect all the information that you have in the workspace.
Mm.
And the good thing of the workspace that you can create workspace. Um, we can define for our application a specific workspace that are oriented to specific roles into the company. Maybe we can create or define in the future a workspace for auditors, another one for things, people that are working on the policy management or promotion management with their indicators here, like a summary. All this summary is related to queries, for sure. If I click on there, don't remember here. Well, it is not running anything, but maybe we can put some context information and run some specific queries on there. If I remove some context filter, you can see that charts and indicators or ties, this is called ties change, and you have relevant information. And here is the
Mm-hmm.
same. You can see these queries. For example, if I change, these queries change also. Okay, it's like
Yeah.
you're filtering by roles or whatever.
Okay.
Same happen in all these queries. And here you have links in which you can access to typical functionality that you already have in the navigation menu. We can configure to put the more relevant functionalities that you want, like favorites, similar to favorites. You can have the typical actions that the people that use this workspace can needs. Okay, if I am a user management and we use this workspace and I want to create new users or
Mm-hmm.
edit users or create and define roles into the system. If I am an auditor, maybe if I have an auditor workspace, maybe we can define in these links all the auditor actions like create new audits, program audits,
Yeah.
reschedule, low results, things like that. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
and
Yeah.
I can see information regarding the last audits, the next audits, some schedule info, whatever we need to put. Okay, this is the aim of workspace, what it stands for, okay? So in this space, we can see all the workspace that we want to show to this user. That is the idea behind that. Modules, then how this navigation system is organized. The main part of this navigation system is the module sections. Into the module sections in this product specific, in QC product, we have the four pillars, okay, of the QC: policy management, risk management, audit management, and promotion. Then a section for system administrator that, of course, according the user permissions and the user role, maybe some of these navigation items are hidden or are not loaded into the navigation system. For a regular user, maybe system administrator won't be shown here,
Yeah.
okay? The user management, process manager, navigation, and wherever, okay? This is almost complete, all these functionalities, because this belong to the core platform in which this product is being built on. We have all the how to define reports, new reports, queries, and dashboard, and all this stuff, and how we can configure navigation item, all this navigation that we are seeing here. We can define from here, for example, okay? For instance, I don't know, quality management system, that is the SeaQ product that we are seeing here. We can see the same navigation system here, but we can modify the navigation system, okay? Someone with the right permission and the control access can change uh, how this navigation system is organized.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then into the system settings, we have other things like event logs, system parameters, document parameters, and things like, company. I don't know if it is implemented in here. Yeah, I don't know, for in the future multi-company scenario, thing like that. Okay.
Yeah.
Go back to the main purpose of SeaQ. How it's organized in the four pillars. First pillar, policy management. Second pillar, risk management, audit management, and promotion. Now, in the release number 1 that we are working on, we are mainly focused on audit management section. Okay, in this pillar, we are working on this main section, the audit checklist that we call contract guide. We can rename that according to it looks more properly, according checklist and things like that. Okay. In each entity, you always will see at least maybe something like how to create a new record for this particular entity, how to access to all the records that we have, and what kind of operation we can perform for each record. And always, this is typically we will see in all the entities a more section with settings. Okay. This can change from entity to entity, maybe. Okay, new action request, whole action, and the action request section settings. This is similar to any entity. Take a look to checklist, for instance. If I go to the checklist settings or control guide settings, we always will see something like that, in which we have a list of settings, different settings, that we can navigate use to configure. So all our business entity parameters that we can configure in order. The idea behind this kind of product, like SeaQ, is that we can at some point customize the information for the company that we use the product. Okay, they can define their own document types and some properties and categories, classification, and things like that. Okay.
Yeah.
So if we talk about counter guides, this is just a demo, an example, but we can create checklists, or we can create, I don't know, action plan checklists, or different kind of checklists or control guides that fits different requirements into the QMS world. Okay.
Okay.
So if I open an example of control guide, this will looks like something like this. This is a pop-up window, can be a pop-up window, can be a page. It will depend. In the case of settings, we try to use something like a pop-up because the end user will identify that he is doing some kind of configuration in here. When we interact between entities, we used to use also some pop-ups we can interact with. So user can here define counter guides, new counter guides or checklists, can define severities or whatever this kind of entity needs to allow this kind of data grid. Sometimes are inline, sometimes use another pop-up because need more complexity information. So it's easier in a pop-up window to complete more complex information. It's not the case in this case, but you can have some of this kind of example. Everything that you look like internal system into the system means that maybe this record is part of the application and cannot be changed by the end user, cannot be customizable in some case, or can customize in some part, but in some part not. Suppose a control action that is a specific action that you use for complete audits. Let me check for an example. If I don't know if we have some example, but um, maybe this one follow up. Well, it is not internal system, but if I need, let me check this one. No, neither else. Okay, suppose in order to do an inspection, I know that always I will run a control action or an inspection action. This control action always will be in the same way. So I need to be part of the system. So in the common case, you will see that this will be internal system and the end user cannot change the code, for instance, because it's part of the application, okay? This is just for end user to understand that cannot touch this information because it's like being part of the code or the application itself, okay?
Yeah.
So you can see we are going from different entities like control guides, actions, control record that had similar thing according configuration. Has the document type configuration, had some categories in here that you can define. Okay, you can edit or you can uh, delete. Okay, um, and additional functions. Well, don't worry about this. It had to do with the change that we are doing now. So we are refactoring some entities. Um, so suppose, let me check if this is working, a control guide. Now I am going for the main entity, the entity, the important entity in this thing. Uh, I am not now in the configuration section. I am in the entity section. So now in here is how it looks like a regular entity in which we can create, edit, delete, or get all the entities that are related to this concept. For instance, I don't know, control guide. This is a checklist, okay? So something like a checklist. For now, it's inspection. checklist in order to understand what we're talking about. I can say this, okay? I don't know if it is working. Yes, it is working. You can see this changed information and refreshed information in here. And then you have more information that you can change first, like the type, the class, category, all this stuff was, as you can see, was configured in here in the control guide settings. Um, Then you have more information, the product section. This is a product section now, it's shown here, but this should be shown when someone approved using some kind of workflow or some kind of processing, okay? Workflow, thing like that. But the idea behind that will be that when we integrate with,
it's the finalization of the checklist before it becomes in use.
Yes, exactly. We are developing that part now, but when it is complete, there will be maybe a standard workflow in order to approve these things or cancel or whatever we do here. And then the idea will be try to combine as a optional thing to integrate with BPM like Bonita BPM in order to enhance the way to um, implement a specific workflow for user needs or end user need or company needs. Maybe we need 2-3 steps for approval, and then you need to go to an external workflow to do that. But you can have at the same time a standard workflow. So we can replace the standard workflow for specific workflow integrated with this external tool, thing like that. So then you have the sections. In each entity, you will see in the similar way, talking about how the application looks like. You have like sections, okay? You have a main section, a general section, and then you can have as many sections as the entity needs. For the case of checklist, you need a result set sections in which you can configure different kind of result sets, okay? You can have a question sections, which you can add questions. So in here, you can see a little more complex interaction because you are not creating the question in the data grid in line. You need a pop-up form in order to do that because this is a little more complex entity or sub-entity. You need to put the question, the number of question, the question, remarks, and you can choose one or more result sets that will allow to answer to this question, okay? When the auditor go with the checklist, completing the checklist, we use this result set for this question that you ask here, okay? Or no, the process is complete, something like that. Uh, you can use a specific result sets that answer yes, no, or I don't know, whatever. Okay. So you create the question there. You create the headers, footer for the inspection report. You can tie this with a external standard regulation that maybe could be a standard defined for a specific organization like ISO, something like that. A section of revision history, who supersede or supersede by, in this checklist version or revision, and the cancel section that of course will be shown if it is canceled. This entity is canceled. Okay. In here there is too many. There's additional items in the toolbar menu that developers are developing at this moment. I didn't have in this version, but you will see more complete information and actions that user can do over each um, entity. These are the typical: create new one, delete, cancel, save, and the attachment, comments, and document. But you will see in the next demos in the future that you will start seeing more actions and complex action in here. Okay,
Yeah.
all these kind of um, entities has this will change also. Will be a little more nice. We are changing this with we put a new component here that we will see in the future, but with the same functionality that you can use to uh, change the size of the layout here. Okay, you can apply this
Yeah.
also. Um, you can see, okay, I want to see plenty of the data grid, or I want to see plenty of the form, or I want to see both parts of the navigation. Okay, this is very common in all the entities, the main entities. So how it looks like. Okay, so let's see each pillar. Okay, policy management. There are some complete things like the staff, personnel. You can see it's integrated with the resource manager part that you have all people information here. Okay, um, with the address, contact information, identifiers, uh, some personal information that maybe are redundant here. Uh, Document associated with that person, maybe the passport or internal document, car license, things like that. Okay, labor situation, all these relatives information related to an auditor for the case of this person is an auditor, and something related to the application this person. But this is just for staff member. In here, we will put the team that we are working now, and that requirement we started yesterday. The idea of the team can be accessed from this menu, okay? And all these that are not complete yet, but staff certification and things like and some of these things can change according to QMS products. Okay. Um, then we have the quality management in the part of the policy management that we have the standards and regulation, general processes and records for that processes, resource, and performance indicator. Okay, this part will be the standard regulation we already have, but the process, record, resource, and performance indicator, I think that belong to the release number 3 parts, I think. Let me check.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think.
process, record. This is similar to quality management in Alkim, and which we can define some process, uh, attach some records and resources to that process, have to do with some company process, no? That we need to audit or something like that. And then create some performance indicators that we can use to monitor those processes. Okay, so doing some monitor like upper control limits and things like that. Okay, for a process. For the standard regulation, we have similar layout. Okay, in which we have a navigation section and the main form. for the standards and regulation. And a standard regulation has a general section, references, of course, an approval section, additional information that we can put, and historical revision. Okay. And the standard regulation also is a hierarchical entity. So we can create suppose ISO 9000 is the root standard regulation. I had sections, chapters, and subsections which we can convert them to a checklist. For instance, if ISO inspection or inspector want to approve this standard for an organization, maybe can create a checklist from this standard and then execute or run that standard. I don't know why it's delaying that so much. I think having a problem in the internet again. Let me check this again.
Not to worry.
Yeah, I'm having a problem. Taking too long for me to access this. So, and there we go. Okay. Well, have changed to dark mode. Sorry for the demo, but
Yeah.
Here we are.
No, yeah, it's no problem. I mean, it is still under development, so that's why.
Yeah.
That's
No,
why these things happen.
I am at home now, and
Hmm.
sometimes the internet here accessing to the server is
Yeah,
a little very difficult. But I am using a VPN, and all this is a little noisy. But this is how this work. Okay, so the idea behind that, we can create this standard regulation in here. Okay. Well, the idea here will that we can create an emergency response plan. This is not developed yet. It's not part of release one. Then here we can define a risk matrix. This is still waiting to be developed. Okay, define the risk matrix and risk matrix settings. And this is from policy management. From risk management, we will start as soon as possible developing this that we call all risk assessment. A risk assessment is that entity that we call here this one, I think. Yeah. Well, let's change the name. Yeah. Well, I can show you later, but
yeah. I think the risk.
Yeah, this
like the risk profile assessment, where you establish the risk
the
profile of a
risk
company.
assessment, the risk operative profile is that is stand for that. And we will use some use case to implement that. I made some change in the concepts, some improvements. I think in a couple of weeks we will start developing this part. Risk evaluation, I think, is not part actually of the requirement. It's a confusion there between risk assessment and evaluation. I think it's
there's
has not exist. Is
Yeah, there is the risk assessment to be performed on a reported safety occurrence or safety event or occurrence where the safety management
That is called risk
officer.
scenarios that you say.
Yeah,
Yeah, that
exactly.
is
And
called
then
risk scenarios. Yeah,
yeah, and then there's the risk profile for for example, for a supplier or a customer, where they do an analysis of the level of defense versus the level of exposure, and
that
it gets
is this
plotted
one.
to a graph as well.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that is
exactly.
risk
Risk
assessment.
assessment. Yeah,
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 very
yeah.
good.
That what we are doing there is adding more dimensions
Hmm.
like defense and exposition, but you
Yeah,
can define as many dimensions as you want
perfect. Yeah,
for that requirement. The idea will be try to use allow to use this radar. I don't know how to call the chart.
chart or
Radar
spider web
chart.
graph.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah, the spider. Yeah, spider web radar chart. Um, then occurrence, that is the new name of the safety events. I don't know if this is something implemented on that. There is some part because we are working on this entity now. But the idea will be to have all these sections in the occurrence, okay? And here is the risk assessment for that occurrence. Uh, and then the idea with, I think, additional functions here. I don't know, it is not working, but let me check. Oh, there's no information. But we can make a bow tie analysis, okay, on that. So the bow tie analysis will be associated with this one, the risk scenario, okay,
yeah,
also. So we can put our occurrence there and make this a risk scenario analysis with the bow tie tool and create the mitigations, causes, consequences, create controls in the middle, and in those controls, um, define some actions, follow-up actions or corrective
yeah,
actions, some mitigations.
yeah,
Um, all this is waiting to be done to start. Okay, and in here also ad hoc risk and hazards that we can add also into the system, and I have to check this also, the assessment. I'm not very sure if this need to be part of the system. I think is uh, related to risk assessment. Actually, is the same. So I need to remove this
yeah,
item from here.
yeah,
Then investigation records. That actually the name is investigation reports. Is the generic entity will be the generic entity to perform reports like this one, service difficulty report. Okay, this is a type of this one. So this is put there, but I will move to inside this
yeah.
one, like a particular report, but has to do with that.
Yeah.
This
I
scenario,
think
we talked about that. Yeah,
I think the assessments above inspection records are an initial assessment of a reported occurrence or safety event. And then once that initial assessment is done, an investigation record is launched, I believe.
this
I may
one,
have to confirm
assessment.
that with Leo. Yeah,
I didn't see that in anywhere, in any place. Let me check.
I'll double check
Um,
back on the document that Leo put together on defining the scope of the solution. I'll I'll get back to you on that one.
okay, you can access to the server. But yeah, okay.
Okay. Yeah,
Okay, let me know
yeah,
where is
will do.
the part of that.
Yeah, perfect.
Then into the well, audit management, we have been seeing all this stuff, checklist, audit target, audit term qualifications, um, audits that are the control records. Okay. You have control record with their sections, content with findings related to the finding that you can come up when running the inspection. Some information like the scope, document review, operation assessors, and all that. Sketchy information like estimated start date, completion date, the actual start date, estimated man hours, the actual man hours, and those stuff. Staff involved, the members. Well, we have made some changing here. We are changing contract task type for job, the concept of job, like in Akim. We are consolidating both concept in one. We remove this. We need to refactor this. Then the audited people, okay? Findings, information, follow-up actions, and the council section into the control record. We are working on the creation of this
Sorry,
big load.
sorry, Rudy. Sorry, just on the previous screen on the auditor, the control record, could I suggest
Control record.
could I suggest a word change? Further down where you have audited underneath staff involved. So staff involved shows the people involved from your QA department involved in doing the audit. And then audited is where you invite people from the area being audited to take part in the audit. So for example, let's say a section manager or something like that. But I think we should change the name from audited to
I don't hear you. I don't hear you very well. It's
okay.
like the audio is cut, but
Oh,
this section is where you schedule
yeah.
the involved people.
Yeah.
Actually, this information is gathered now from the related actions. Okay.
Yeah.
That the follow the control actions or items we call items
Yeah.
for this inspection. This is like a summary here. You can not add a staff member here. You
No.
do that for a special tool to schedule. Okay.
Yeah.
To
So
to create
my
a
comment
schedule.
my comment is on the next section, audited underneath that. I think we should change the name of that from audited to auditee, AUDITEE staff, maybe.
Yeah. Maybe. Yeah.
Yeah, that's just it's just a small suggestion, but we can come back to it anyway. I just wanted to highlight that because I was looking on the screen for the section where you can see which members of staff from the area you are auditing are invited to take part in the audit. So
Okay. Let's check that. Like, I'm not
yeah.
sure what this section is for. I have to check with you guys
Yeah.
on the e-authority system also.
Mhm.
What is what this is done for? Because I don't know if it's some kind of target actually or a
It's
specific person
members,
or
it's
what is
employees associated with the control target. So if the control target is like a tech records
this
department,
concert target? This
yeah,
concert target.
yeah. So
Okay, is the
these,
audit target? Is the audit targets?
yeah, it's the people working within the target area.
within the target area.
Yeah, so if your target is your tech
What is
records department, then this section will list the people you want present at the audit from the tech record department.
okay? Let's check deeper.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
I have to
Yeah.
see this into the system how it's related. I'm not sure.
Yeah, no
I'm not
problem.
sure
We can come back
actually
to it. Yeah.
internally how is that and what is the purpose actually for that.
Yeah.
Okay. Audit has also this tool that is not complete yet, but this is a wizard. It's a step-by-step,
Yeah.
which this is the same. This will replace the mobile functionality already existent in e-authority. It's similar,
Yeah.
which you can create an audit in a quick load way, in which you just put some few information, and then you can select some checklists here, and you can define some start date, an end date, things like that, step by step, and then assign here staff member, doing the same but in a different way. Okay. You need
Yeah.
to see
Very good.
here this. And this is not complete. It's just a prototype. The idea will be that the same tool, this tool we can use in a mobile application, so we can see in the same way in the mobile application, like
Yeah.
the step by step. We can create in a quick way an audit. Okay,
Yeah. Perfect.
that is the idea behind this kind of uh, tools. Um, for findings. Well, here's the problem I told you. We are doing the change of uh, some refactor, but here you can see the sections of the findings. Okay, the general document information and the recommended actions for this finding, some classification like type, category, class, who reports, which is the target, uh, some extension information if you want to extend an action request in the time, for which reason you want to change the due date, who approved that, the root cause analysis that you can uh, apply here into the finding, and the taking actions or follow-up actions for those findings that we can write from a particular audit. Okay. Then some tracking notes and some reference to the standard regulations associated to that particular item that we are uh, from where the finding came up. Okay. Remember, finding came up
Mhm.
during an audit execution when we are
Yeah.
answering some question from the result set and the control guide and the control action. And if something uh, uh, did not accomplish what is expected during the audit, the finding raise up, you can create the audit from that point. So the audit, the finding has a root action or opening action can be associated with a standard regulation item. There's some chapter of standard, something like that. Root cause, I will remove that because it's related inside the action request root cause. There's nothing to create from the navigation. And then the action entities. It's a little more complex action. It's a little more complex entity. We have the entities in here, and we can do some operation on that. But the action, similar to our entity, has the general information like document status, whatever the factors, result sets that the option to respond to these questions. Okay. And here the relation with the findings, as I told you before, that you can generate findings from this action. This action can be a control action, can be a follow-up action, whatever. And the staff, involved staff, that is, we have the same problem here that before, but the idea here, you can assign a staff. All this staff assignation, even though you can do manually, will be improved with the team concept. Okay, with the team concept, uh, there will be those improvement in which if there is a team associated with the audits, when you assign a staff member here in the action, we check all these qualification staff, if the people is qualified, if the qualification is still okay, and um, the idea is that the software made some warning, a suggestion according to be care about the staff member that you are associating to the action, to perform the action, if is according the qualification configuration on that person and the team, the requirement of the team members. Audit templates, I don't remember the status of this. I think it's partially done. Oh no, I think it's 100% done. In here you can define templates in order to allow you to create audits using this template. Okay, so the idea here is you create a new audit here from the audit program. The idea will be that you have the chance to choose a audit template, and with an audit template, the idea will be to create in a easier way for the end user, because the idea is to complete some preset information like a checklist, the target types, the intervals, and things like that. Okay. I think this is audit program templates. I don't know if audit template or audit program template. I think it's audit templates, but the idea is use this template as a facilitator for helper the user to create new audits. Okay.
Yeah, and for the definition of the audit program as well, because it's the audit template items that you add to the audit program.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. And the audit program is just a more holistic concept where you can create suppose a annually program or something like that in order to perform several inspection or several audits from different types. So it is focused to a particular customer. Of course, it has some classification here. It to be approved. And into the item, well, we have a back here need to fix, but in here you will have the inspection template that we will use, that we defined previously here. We will use in order to generate the inspections. Okay, we will use this template, and this template we use an interval, and this interval Maybe we can find here in settings. I'm not sure if the settings are the intervals. No. Well, maybe Fernando, we can add the intervals here in the setting sections for this.
Okay.
But
Yes.
the idea behind that is that when we define the intervals here, we can say, okay, this item, this inspection template will create too many inspection as the interval needs. Suppose in a year, if we says that we will do biannually, we create 2 inspections, okay? And then this audit program will have a tool for scheduling that we propose specific dates, but then you can arrange the date according some scheduler control, like something like that we will implement in here. It is put something like this control that actually we use into the system, uh, in which you can rearrange or reschedule the audits. You can say, okay, suppose this is an audit that the system proposed this date, and you can move this and reschedule all the audits that are being generated from the inspection, the audit program. Okay, so here when there will be a functionality also to generate the inspection from this template and this interval. This will generate all these periods, and in these periods, you will see the inspection detail that has been generated. Okay, and in this periods with these inspection templates, you can see this information with that scheduler that I showed before. And you can rearrange the dates, the start date, the end date, and all those stuff there. You have revision history also, the console section also, if you need to console this section. Finally, promotion section. We have all the training management staff, the training requisitions, training programs, training itself, the course, the training course, the training and training course, the record of this training course, and instructors and training center. All this is already implemented from the research manager application. So we are reusing these entities and integrated with QMS. Maybe we do some improvements in the future when we integrate with qualification, certification, and all those stuff for training certificates and things like that. But here you have the training requisitions, okay? That is the process to request training for some participants. So you can describe here what kind of training you need, um, who is the center that will impart that training, the required date or desired date, which country, number of participants that you want to take this training, total days, total hours, etc. You can add participant here, the employee or personal. You can define a set of objectives and objective types and subjects that can be aboard for this training that you need. The ability to perform this, the ability can be the qualification also. Maybe we can change the concept that what kind of qualification you need to in order to take this course, this training, or something like that. And then you have a resolution section. If I think this, if approved or is okay or whatever, then you can generate. You can attach all the training record for this training requisition. It's like you complete the training requisition with the training record, okay? That is another entity. So you can define also training program. It sounds a more generic thing. Okay, you can create a program for a annually training revision or annually program. Okay, so you can create some times class category for this one. You can revise this program, can be approved for someone, and then you have a series of items with an interval. This is too similar to the audit program. As you can see, this is a training program. So you can define an interval, and for each of these items, you can create some training requisition and training records. Okay. There you have some revisions on that. Then you have the training itself. The training is like the definition of the training course that you can impart. Okay, so you can define a code, a date, a title, some general section with description, types, class. Um, you can define this one that this says parent is because you can define a training and then split in a small training course. Okay, so you can define a training course as part of a training, a general training. Okay, and you can define an interval if this training needs to be a recurrent or something that you need to take once a year, maybe to revalidate something like some qualifications. Have location, country, level, and some reference. Then here you can schedule some schedule information like minimum quantity of attendees, the maximum quantity of attendees, total days, total hour method, media resources, material. In here, authority or organizations is the organization that will impart this will bring this training course. The content into the content, you can define the subjects, different subjects, duration, the activities that you can do, which medias and resources you will use, some evaluation criteria that you can use. You can associate also cost, this training. You can define a cost type. You can define some general ledger account in order to allocate this cost. You can define objectives, general objectives, and specific objectives that this training try to reach out. Licenses category. This is more involved with the MRO work, so we need to review this if we can include this or by configuration or not. I think maybe it is not applicable to QC products. Maybe we can remove this. Processes. This is good because this is associated with the processes that we will define here in the quality management processes section. Okay, so this can be affected can affect these processes. Okay, if there is a link between them, I think. Requirement itself, you can set some education information like the degree or education level, language, check. Language, maybe you need to be able to speak, write, read in a specific language because this training is imparted in another language that you already have. The training section is like the part of this training. I think is the child training, as this training can be part of parent training in here. In here you can see the the children training, in which this training can be split up. Okay. Well, go to step again, doing this red definition that we talk in Emerald word about code step is for in our case should be something like a kind of certification, okay, or a kind of
Uh,
certificate or a
or
license, something like,
or credential.
yeah,
Um,
the
I
credential,
think
credential,
think credential would
credential
be a
is
good
the word.
title. Yeah, yeah.
The credential is the concept. We would change this code stamp by credential concept.
Yeah.
License types, abilities that are for me again is the qualifications that you need to have to if or perform or to get that you will acquire when you perform this training. Well, this is just the person type that can um, take this training course and covered post. I don't remember actually what was covered post. I will try to figure it out. What was too
If
many information? I don't remember everything.
if some of these are too aviation specific, we can either rename them or remove them if they're not required. So covered posts could be maybe just a list of jobs they might have had to fulfill in the past in order to qualify for this training. But yeah,
Yeah,
we
maybe.
can clarify it and come back to it. Yeah.
Yeah. Focal groups is a generic configuration part, and you can use to just to say, okay, define a focal group for to get this training. I don't remember a focal group. Then as a configuration, you can associate with particular person, particular employees, or something like that. Or it's just information in here, I think. Um, and the subjects and subject area, okay? The topics that this training is supposed to cover, okay? Um, and then training records, that is the once each person took this training course, we need to record the information of the moments, the dates, the training record. So this training record is always associated with a specific training, has the information that belong to that training, when you're doing, which center perform that, the interval, if you need to be a recurrent training, then the execution information, when it starts, total days, total hours, and attending, all the information, and the actual information with the execution of the training. The costs that are calculated according this is estimated by the training, but this is the real one. The cost that has taken from the real execution of the training and the previous information of the cost information of the training, and the actual employees that took the training. Okay. And then repeat some information that actually inherited from the training itself. So this is the training record. And structures in here. You can create
Sorry, just a question.
structures.
Sorry, Rudy, just a question on the training record. Once the training record is complete, can we issue certificates from that?
Well, that will be the idea with
Yeah.
this qualification model that
Yeah.
we was talking about. Let me. Qualification.
Just note as well, Rudy, I'll need to finish up in about 5 minutes because I have to prepare for another call shortly. So I think 5 more minutes, maybe we can stop
Okay.
the recording.
We are finishing. We're finishing.
Okay, perfect.
So this training record, as you say here in this use case, the idea is just to generate the certificate and can associate also previous certificates or create some certificates for the users. Okay,
Yeah.
and that and that qualification also qualify the user. Okay, that is the idea behind that. Well, instructors and training center are all general information. Okay, you can define a general center and put all the instructor on that center. So the idea behind that is when you choose a center for training record, you can use only that instructor that belong to this training center. Well, then came the promotion document. We didn't progress on that. Is for the release number 3. So there is not implementation on that. But the idea is you can create promotion documents. You can define different kind of types of promotion documents. And some of these can be part of these promotion document types. Someone else can be specific entities. We need to define that yet. And finally, distribution list should be an entity that we can use in order to define how to notify information regarding promotion. Okay, all this promotion document, letters, newsletters, I don't know, all promotion documents, employee letters, some articles, surveys, and all this kind of document we can notify through a distribution list, maybe, to different people into the company. So we need to find a way there to implement those kind of notifications. The idea is to use these components in here, use emails, use the kind of notification that we can implement on that.
Yeah.
And the idea is to complete response those notification and give constants, track constants of if the user has been notified, if have check and read and answer notifications according to expectations and all that stuff.
Yeah. Perfect.
So this is a general picture of the idea behind the product. Of course, this will belong to a deeper analysis and behavior when we can advance in dashboard, specific functionalities and reports and queries and things like that. But I think the general concept is in there.
Yeah, it gives a good outline of what the solution will look like and how the modules will be distributed and what functionalities it will have. So thanks, Rudy, for that. So I'm just going to stop the recording.
Okay.